Hello, Helena. It's Emily McVeigh, Executive Director of the United Way of the Lewis and Clark area. We're here this week for the United Way Partner Spotlight with Girls Thrive. And Girls Thrive is one of our smaller, lesser-known partner agencies. Everybody knows about Food Share and everybody knows about Florence Crittenton. And then I say, also Girls Thrive. And people say, what's that? So tell us, what is Girls Thrive?
Well, Girls Thrive is a 501c3 nonprofit group, and our focus is on empowering girls to create more confidence, self-esteem, and a positive body image. So we have a variety of programs, and we serve girls who are in 6th through 12th grades, and we have a variety of volunteers of the community that come and help us coach. And so we have a lot of fun and provide a safe community where they can all belong and try things out, fail, and still be okay with life. And anyway, that's just a little piece of building confidence.
Yeah, and you guys do all kinds of activities. You have rotating classes or programs. Do you offer a summer program?
We do. We offer a short program, and what it turns out to be is a confidence clinic. So we purposefully scheduled this 2 weeks before school begins in the fall. And so this year it's scheduled August 14th and 15th. And that's a Monday and a Tuesday, and we start that out at 8:30 in the morning and go until 5 in the afternoon. And the activities that we'll be doing we're going to do some birding and archery, and then in the afternoon we'll be doing some kayaking and paddleboarding. So those are the physical activities, and those are also designed intentionally to help the girls build some confidence and try some new things. And then the lessons, we have some wonderful volunteer instructors coming in to teach a variety of mental resilience skills. So growth mindset, how to create healthy boundaries, body image, and then the last one is confident communication. I just finished a community resource fair at one of the elementary schools here, and I went around and in all of the 5th grade classes, and I had a chance to ask them, who's ever had a struggle with thinking in their mind, oh my gosh, I really want to tell my friends no right now, but how do I say that? What do I say? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I just don't know how to do that. And every single kid in that class raised their hand and said, yeah, we struggle with that. And so this is one of those things that in order to build confidence, we help them learn how to talk and how to ask for their needs and sometimes even their wants, because a lot of girls still struggle with thinking that maybe they're not, if it's a want, maybe they shouldn't ask. Maybe they're not worthy of asking. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. But then there's also the needs that the girls need to ask about, and so we try to help them out with those places that inside they just have that insecurity. And this confidence clinic is especially designed to help the girls start out the school year more confident and not so worried about how to handle the situations. So we're really excited about this clinic.
Mm-hmm. Are you still taking signups for that clinic?
Mm-hmm. Yep, registration is ongoing right now, and you can reach that through girlsthrive.com. That's our website, and there is a registration fee for that. However, we have scholarships for that, full scholarships and partial scholarships for any girl who needs it. And so we'll be having 25 girls in that activity, in that clinic. And like I said, anywhere from 6th to 12th grade. So we bring them all in And it's really neat to see towards the end, we kind of leave it open for a Q&A. And at first we thought that would be a Q&A with the coaches that were teaching. It turned out to be a Q&A amongst the girls, and they would help each other out, such as, oh, when you start out middle school, don't worry about this so much. Here's a suggestion. Or the high schoolers would give suggestions to the others, and they would just go around and share. And that's kind of what we hope to create, is that community where they get to know each other and they've got each other's backs. So it's, yeah, we try to build something. It turns out to be a pretty special place where the girls get to learn and get that boost.
That's awesome. So you have fall activities and winter programs, and what do those look like when the girls are together doing non-summer things?
Non-summer things. Sure.
So we know the summer things are very short.
Yeah, definitely. Short but fun, but great. During the fall, we start up, in the fall and in the spring, we have an 8-week program. During that, our core sports that we use in a lot of the activities are mountain biking and running. And then we've been doing a lot of rock climbing at Stone Tree now. Other than those activities, we do a variety of activities, anything from yoga and Tai Chi to bar workouts. A few months ago, we went to the Latin dance studio here in town and had a dancing class. We will do swimming, just whatever activities that the girls seem to want and that they've liked in the past. We often get feedback from them, and we try to tweak it a little bit to cater to the girls and what they want. So those are the activities. The physical side is a very important part of our curriculum and our mission. And so that is one part. And the other part is are the lessons that we teach on with some kind of mental resilience, or otherwise we teach, like for the summer confidence clinic, things like healthy boundaries and confident communication, but we get to expand a little bit more, and we teach leadership and nutrition. We talk about how to run a triathlon, and how to handle difficult situations with friends, how to make friends, just a variety of activity, or rather lessons. And we've got, like a very supportive community. So some of or all of our volunteer instructors that come in are simply amazing. And we've had just so many of them come in and teach mental health, skills with mental health and nutrition. We have had, earlier this spring, we had some of the professional women from the community come and talk to the girls about different careers. So when you put together a lesson on how to get the help, how to advocate for themselves, together with a sport or an activity where they're pushing their comfort zone just a little, we feel that that's a place, together in this safe community, we feel that that's where the kind of special part happens, where they can start to add to the confidence that they already have.
That's great. And to be able to fail, like, I love to dance, I'm not good at it, so to be able to just go to a safe place and look silly and not have anybody care would be great.
Absolutely.
And I see a lot of adults, even on Helena Classifieds and places, saying, how do I make friends? I'm a young mom and I don't know where to find friends that are in the same world as me. Or, I'm now a mom where my kids are grown, and where do I make friends that are of other people whose kids are grown in the same place as I'm in life? I don't think people really know how to do that. And so that's a great skill. I saw a funny joke on Facebook the other day that said, I'm a boy. I had 3 boys I found that liked the same color as me in 3rd grade, and we'll be best friends for the rest of our lives. And I know it's not that simple for boys, but kind of. Like, I look at my 3 grown adult sons, and they just have friends that they've had forever. And they were like, we liked yellow, and now we're friends forever. And it doesn't quite work that same way for women. And I just see that a lot. Like, how do you make friends? Where do you find friends? How do you approach a person? I actually have a friend from high school who she literally walked up to me in high school and said, will you be my friend? You seem like a person I want to be friends with. And I was like, what a weirdo. But then I thought, how brave.
How brave.
And we ended up being friends for years, and we're still friends on Facebook, and she's went off and lived her life in multiple countries and just moved back to Montana, and we, of course, we went our separate ways in adulthood, but we still stay connected. But I thought, how very brave of her after I thought. But I think that, if we were all just that brave and went, you seem like a person I want to be friends with. Let's be friends.
Let's be friends. And let's have that initiative to be able to ask our, like GT, Girls Thrive, that community where you're not going to be best friends with all of the girls there. We usually have 20 girls per session, but maybe you get to know a girl from a different school, and maybe after middle school you end up in the same high school, and then you get to be in the same school and you're friends, or you just know somebody.
Right.
And I've heard several girls say that, oh, she's been through GT before, and there's just that kind of bond, and you just kind of know what each other has had from GT, from Girls Thrive, and there's a certain amount of, like, I can trust you, or we've got each other's back, and we're all just trying. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of time it's like walking into the cafeteria and just knowing another human in that room is just enough to get you through that moment. Like,
Yes.
just making eye contact with another human that you know, like, okay, we're not best friends, but I know you. All right, I can do this.
I could do this.
Like, sometimes that's just all you need.
Definitely.
Like, that's a big deal, especially in middle school. Middle school's a long 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the cost to participate? You said there's scholarships and partial scholarships, but what's the cost to participate in the Girls Thrive programs?
Well, as an example, the Confidence Clinic, that is $100 registration fee. And so, yeah, the scholarship will cover all of that or a half of that. And the same thing goes with the other sessions. So they're about 140. It depends sometimes on the length. Sometimes we have a 2 practice per week season or session. Sometimes we have a 3 practice day. And so again, with the other sessions, fall and spring are always 8 weeks, and the winter is a 6-week session. So it's a little bit less. But we offer scholarships with all of those. And if you might wonder, well, but my daughter doesn't have a bike. Well, we have mountain bikes that we will let the girls use during the session. Well, some of the girls, like when we go for runs, we insist that the girls wear good running shoes because that helps prevent injuries. And some of the girls don't have good tennis shoes, and they need some help with that. So we have tennis shoes at the office that we offer the girls in case they don't have it. Same goes for our winter session. When we go skiing, it's an expensive sport. But in order to help the girls and the families have access to those activities, so it doesn't seem like an elitist thing to do during the winter, well, what are we going to do? Skiing? I can't afford that. Well, that is all a part of the program. So the girls don't pay any extra for equipment or entrance fees to maybe the club, like we go to Capital City Health Club for several activities, and they've been super generous in giving us the space to either swim or do weightlifting. And so there's no extra cost for the girls or for their families.
Great. So do you have any stories to share about like a particular kid or group of kids that you keep in contact with, or particular successful group of kids?
Oh, I do.
I'm sure you have a million of them. Yeah.
There are some really amazing girls that have done the program for several years and are now graduated, and they've gone on to college. And one of them is Rosie. She is actually one of our board members now. She's going to college at Carroll, and she's often talked about, you know, there were a lot of things that I wanted to try, but I wasn't really sure that I was going to try them. And she said, after trying so many different things with GT, I tried out for the cheerleading team at Carroll College, and she's been doing that for the last, I think, 3 years.
Wow.
And like I said, she's on our board now, board of directors. There's another gal that did this several years ago, and I think she only did it for 1 year, but she had never mountain biked or rock climbed. And now she does an awful lot of that. In fact, she just graduated as a recreational management student, and she's in Alaska right now doing tours and filling her internship. And she's really, really happy that she got the start with Christine and Blair, both of them who helped them out with the rock climbing, but especially the mountain biking. And she said, I wouldn't have tried that if I hadn't have been invited to this and done it with some other girls. And the women were so generous and just open to having me try it out. And so those are two girls that have gone on to, I keep in touch with them, and they've loved their experience with GT.
That's awesome. Yeah. So how old is Girls Thrive?
Girls Thrive is for any girls in grades 6 through 12. And so that typically is about 11 to 17. Mm-hmm. But depending on the girls and where they fall in with their age in those grades, then it might vary a little bit. And
you're always looking for volunteers to help coach or teach your classes?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. We have a variety of coaches, all just women who donate their time and get to connect with the girls. And that's also another really big piece for GT, is being able to have a connection, not just with girls, but to be able to see women who have different walks of life. They come in different ages, different shapes. Some of them really like mountain biking, some of them don't. They don't want to mountain bike. And to have the girls see women who pursue different hobbies, different careers, is a big thing also. Not only for them to see that, but for them to know that every once in a while they see these coaches outside of Girls Thrive, and they also realize that they've got people that they know that are open to them. You know, it's like expanding the community and opening it up. And sometimes we have coaches that don't coach for us anymore, but still see the girls, and they just feel that sense of network, mm-hmm. which we know now more than ever with some of the mental health difficulties and trials that we've been going through with the youth since COVID-19. Knowing that you have a strong network really helps support them. And so we're really, really grateful to the volunteer coaches who come and do that. They commit to 6 to 8 weeks of doing that typically. And then we do have instructors that come, and they only teach usually one lesson out of that season, but they will spend the 2 hours usually with the girls. And like I said earlier, they teach a variety of things. And so we've had doctors and nutritionists, nurses and teachers and retirees coming in. So it really doesn't matter the walk of life. What matters is their interest in helping youth.
Great. And you're always taking donations?
Yep.
Supporting the nonprofit?
Oh,
yeah.
please. That's always a part. We couldn't, again, without the community, either volunteering or through fundraising and donations, we really couldn't pull off this special kind of a program. So yeah, there's you can go on to our website, and there's a donation button on there. You can always just send us an email if you want to send us a donation, or you're interested in coaching, or if you have a particular skill that you think the girls could benefit from, then reach out. We enjoy very much having the community come in and be a part and grow that network for the girls.
Great. Any last comments before we sign off?
Well, do you know anybody who could use a little bit more of confidence? Any girl in the community? Well, I think the answer to that is, couldn't we all?
Right. No matter what age.
No matter the age. So if you know somebody, invite them. If you want to volunteer or help out, reach out.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yep. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Helena. We'll see you again next week.